Hello, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Dr. Cecilia Fox, and I'm a professor of neuroscience at Moravian University in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So today, we're going to do some neuroscience activities with you. And neuroscience is really the study of the brain and behavior. We have two students by the name of Delaney and Emma who are going to read some stories and then do a neuron craft with you. So thanks so much for joining us today.
Hi guys, my name's Emma Polikov. I'm a sophomore neuroscience major at Moravian University. I'm from East Rockaway, which is in Long Island, New York. And today I will be reading to you Think, Think, Think by Pamela Hale Nettleton, illustrated by Becky Shipe. What could you do without your brain? Nothing. Your brain is the big boss of your body. Your brain controls your thoughts, movements, and feelings. It's like a computer that fits right in between your ears. Your brain takes up half of your head. Your brain is soft, wrinkled, and gray. Can you lift up a jug of milk? Then you can lift up an adult-sized brain, which weighs about 3 pounds. Your brain is made up of 3 main parts. Each has a big job and a big name. We have the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. The largest part of your brain is called the cerebrum. This is the part that thinks. You use it to figure out problems at school. You use it to make a plan for the day. Your brain works even when you're asleep. It helps you dream. The cerebrum has 2 halves, a right half and a left half. The right half controls the left side of your body, and the left half controls the right side of your body. The right side of your brain helps you play music, draw, and be creative. The left side helps you read and do math. Across both halves from ear to ear is the motor area. This is the part of the brain that helps you move your muscles. You can run, jump, and sink a basket. The second main part of your brain is called the cerebellum. It's in the back of your head. The cerebellum helps you balance. It helps you stand, it helps you move, helps your muscles work together. If you're an athlete, you really need your cerebellum. You couldn't balance on a beam or kick a ball without one. The third main part of your brain is the brainstem. It connects the rest of your brain to your spinal cord. Your spinal cord goes down your neck and your back. You keep breathing even when you don't think about it. That's your brainstem at work. It keeps your heart beating and your lungs working. Your brain learns a lot during your first 6 years of your life. During that time, your brain learns faster than any other point in your life. Your brain also contains many little parts that have big jobs. One part gives off chemicals that tell your body how big and tall to grow. Another helps you remember things such as what you read in this book. Right in the middle of your brain is the sort of thermostat called the hypothalamus. It tells you when to shiver or to sweat. The hypothalamus is the part of your brain that keeps your body at 98 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. Your brain has small groups of cells on each side called the amygdala. These cells control your feelings. They help you feel sad when you lose a baseball game, and they make you feel happy when you see your grandpa. If you bump your head really hard, you might get a concussion. This brain injury happens when the brain knocks against the inside of your skull. You might lose your memory for a while, vomit, or have a bad headache. Keep your brain safe. Wear a helmet or headgear when playing rough sports or riding your bicycle. Doctors who work with brains are called neurologists. What makes your brain healthy? Getting enough sleep and eating right are helpful to your brain. Smoking, drinking alcohol, or using illegal drugs are bad for your brain. Learning and asking questions are good for your brain. So are reading books and figuring out problems. Thinking is good for you. Keep on using your brain. All right, and now here's Delaney.
Hi, I'm Delaney. I'm a senior neuroscience major at Moravian University here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I am from McMinnville, Oregon, so all the way on the West Coast. I am currently hoping to pursue a PhD in neuroscience, so I'm hoping to become a scientist as a career. Today I'm reading A Walk in the Rain with a Brain by Edward M. Hallowell. One wet day in May, when I went out to play, I heard near the ground a gurgling sound. What I thought was just rain was, of all things, a brain. It looked like a lump of cold smoke, but then it surprised me and spoke. "Hello, little girl, I'm a brain, and I'm stuck out here in the rain. Manfred's my name, but for short, just call me Fred, and I fear that I have just lost my head." "My name is Lucy," was all I could say. He looked so sad, wrinkled, and gray. "If I don't find my head soon, I'll be dead," Fred said. So we went on a search for Fred's head. We talked as we walked. Soon I asked for my heart. "Fred, could you please make me smart?" Fred said with a start, "Everyone's smart. You just need to find out at what." A long time ago, this was easy to do, because no one ever made fun of you. All brains like to play, and day after day, each brain found its own special way. Then a brain named Complained yelled, "Hey, wait, I'm going to create a word for what's best, so some brains can rule all the rest. Let's make up a test." When the young brains objected, this one brain infected the rest of the word they should have rejected. Smart, that's the best kind of brain. Now let me explain. If you think like me, then smart you will be. But if you cannot, you'll be dumb as a mop and never rise to the top. The brains were confused. Smart was a word they had never used. For years, the brains tried to make do, till one day, a brain named True told Complained to go eat an old shoe. "No brain is the best. You are just an old pest. What we need to do is explore and find all our talents galore. You can slide, you can read, you can run. Whatever you do, make it fun." This makes Complain really mad. He thinks that play is all bad. Isn't that sad? "Complain's wrong," said True. "I'll explain. What matters is using your brain. Yours makes a new dress, or maybe yours likes to play chess. Whatever you do at great length, your brain will grow there in strength." "So smart doesn't matter?" gasped one brain wide-eyed, who usually just tried to hide. True then replied, "We're all smart inside, and no brain should hide. What we each need to do as we grow, me and you, is try all that we possibly can. Find something you like riding a bike or bowling a strike, and have fun with your brain every day. Brains do best when they play." True then told Complain to stop being a pain. "Be quiet, your reign is now ended. You only pretended that one way was best, so you could be bossy and rule all the rest." Friend then smiled up at me and said, "Thank you for bringing me home, Lucy. Remember the words of the brain named True, and your brain will help in all that you do." I saw my friend Fred dive into his head, but he said one more time as he dipped out of sight, "No brain is the same, no brain is the best. Each brain finds its own special way." Thank you for reading this book with me.
Now that we finished our books, let's do a fun little neuroscience craft together.
So, as we learned about in the different books we read, this is our brain. So, our brain is made up of millions of little cells we call neurons. So, we're going to make a craft to kind of show what those look like. So, similar to this one, we'll start from the beginning. So if you have any fuzzy wires at home, you're more than welcome to pull them out and use them during this craft. So the first thing you want to make is a loop like this. So then if you twist it around so it stays on there and you make it a little circle, this is known as the cell body. So this is where a lot of the processes happen, that can make your cell do things, such as your muscles and your brain and different thoughts, and even feeling if things are hot or cold. So from here, we have the axon. So this is where signals will go. So think of an electrical wire. You'll get information from your cell body, and it will go down your axon to the different parts of other cells. So we'll start by putting 2 different wires here. If you want to take a big wire and cut it into thirds, you can do it that way. I'm using multiple colors because I like colorful things. So if you take them here, and then you fold this a little bit over, like that, and twist it, as so. They stay on. Now, here you have your little axons. Now, when you're doing this, you can add some special beads if you want for color. So I like the color blue, so I'm going to put that one on, as well as twisting it to stay on. Maybe pink. Twisting and twisting. Maybe purple. And we'll end with orange. So what these beads represent is something called a neurotransmitter. It's a fancy word for a chemical in your body that tells your body to do different things. So one neurotransmitter that you can learn about now is called dopamine. This is what many people call your happy hormone. So when you become happy, your brain is actually filled with this hormone called dopamine. So for your cell to receive these signals, as I mentioned, we can start by putting on something called dendrites. So these are on our cell body, so you can take them, and if you twist them like this, and we'll add a few more, because our cells like to hear many different signals throughout the day. So here we have our neuron. Again, we receive signals here from our dendrites into our cell body, down our axon, into these axon terminals that releases hormones on these beads, such as dopamine. So think of this and think of how happy your body can be. As you can see, we have a couple other ones here, but for now, I hope you had fun making this, and have a great day.